morning to everyone. My name is Ngoi. Today I'm going to talk about our property group for my assignment accounting. Our property group Berhad is one of the largest property among Malaysia. We are able to trace its history back to 1984. During that year, the IOI Property Group began its race into real estate development. In 1990, the IOI Property Group began its development on Bandar Puchong Jaya. Until today, it has become one of the most comprehensive self-contained township development in the Klang Valley. Ever since then, it started to expand its presence towards the south. From 2009 to 2013, the IOI Property Group Berhad operate as a subsidiary and the property arm of the IOI Corporation. After that, IOI Properties was emerged from our corporation and it is listed under the IOI Properties Group Berhad. There is three main business that drives income for the IOI Property Group Berhad, which is property development, property investment, and leisure and hospitality. The IOI Property Group Berhad Property Development is reputable township in the Malaysia, and it is able to carry out the development projects while their land size is beyond the 100 acres. In Singapore, the IOI Property Group Berhad is also developed in the high-end resident and mixed development. At the same time, the IOI Properties Group Berhad in China has two projects, on which is the project IOI Palm City and IOI Parkway. Both of these projects are located at Fujian province of China. On this division, it makes it the largest income contribution to the IOI Property Group Berhad. Next is a property investment. This division drives income from the 7 key investment property, which is the IOI City Mall in Putrajaya, IOI Mall Puchong, IOI Mall Kulai, 4 block of self-storey and 21 story of office building in Puchong Financial Corporate Center, IOI City Tower 1 and 2, 1 and 2 IOI Square, and IOI Bowbell. This is the second largest income contribution for the IOI Properties Group. But last is leisure and hospitality. This division drives income from these 6 of the hospitality properties, which is Putrajaya Marriott Hotel, 4 Point by Shell Penang, Palm Garden Hotel, Palm Garden Golf Club, Palm Villa Golf and Country Resort, and Lee Marriott Putrajaya. This division makes the less income out of the two business. The IOI Property Group Berhad have revealed that their growth plan for the future is to expand the income of theirs. First, they started by the property development, has an 15 of ongoing project on gross development value, which is worth between 53 to 54 billion. Second, which is the property investment. Our Property Group Berhad has a wholly owned subsidiary, which is Wealthy Link. The Wealthy Link had successfully tendered for a parcel of the land measuring 1.09 hectares in the central Bowbell and itself for a price of 2.57 billion, which is Singapore dollars. Last is a hotel and leisure. Our Property Group, they have number of 634 rooms in the JW Marriott Hotel Singapore South Beach. The hotel had opened a spa and remodeled ballroom. It has also introduced more food and beverage outlets in the between of the year 2017 to 2018. Now it has more than 70% of occupation rate since it opened. The IOI Property Group Berhad also face many risks on it, but there is two main risks of it, which is competition and foreign exchange. The IOI Property Group Berhad property development industry is competitive in many existing industries such as Sam Devi Properties, SP Setia, EcoWorld, Marsing Lim, and Gamuda Land. Because the property of margins will be adversely affected if the development is failed to pass on higher costs of the land acquisition. Next is the foreign exchange. Because the IOI Property Group Berhad has an important presence in Singapore and China, so that the financial result will be impacted by the movement of the Singapore dollar and the renminbi against Malaysia ringgit. Now, I'll pass to my fellow teammate to continue the speech.
Good evening, my name is Adrian, and today I'm going to talk about the vertical analysis, horizontal analysis, and financial ratios of IOI Properties Berhad. First, we're going to talk about vertical analysis. So for the revenue of 2018, it is 2,668,745, and 2019 is 2,197,554. The difference between 2 years is just 471,231. So for the cost of goods sold, both years are almost the same, as 2018 is just 59.4% and 2019 is 45.9%. So for the total comprehensive income for the financial year, 2019 is 797,403 and 2018 is just 401,746. So for the total assets of vertical analysis, the total between 2018 and 2019 are almost the same, as 2018 is just 164 lower than 2019. For the total equity and liabilities of vertical analysis, both of the record are almost the same as well, as 2018 is just 164 lower than 2019. So for the next part, horizontal analysis, the revenue of horizontal analysis is 2,197,514, and for 2018 it's just 2,668,745, which is higher than 2019. So for the change, we got 17.7% as 2019 minus 2018, and we get the answer. We divide 2018 and times 100, and then we get the change, the percentage of change. So for the total comprehensive income for the financial year, 2019 is 797,403 and 2018 is 401,746, as the result is similar as the vertical analysis. So for the total liabilities and equity, both years are almost the same as well, as the vertical analysis. The difference between them is just 164 lower than the year 2019. So for the final part, financial ratios. For the current ratios, 2019 are higher than 2018, as the percentage is 289.77% and 2018 is 234.05%. For debt to assets ratio, for year 2019 is lower than year 2018 because of the percentage. Year 2018 is 43.53% and 2019 is just 41.95%. Third, for net profit margin, year 2018 is a lot higher than year 2019, as 2018 they have 342.98% and year 2018 is only 30.05%. For return of assets, both years are almost the same, as 2018 is just 0.36% more than year 2019. So lastly, for return of equity, for year 2019 it is 3.51% and year 2018 is 4.25%, which 2019 is lower than 2018. So that's my part for today, and I'm gonna pass my time for my next colleague.
Hi, my name is Ivan. I'm here to explain and compare between IOI Properties Group Berhad and Sime Darby Properties Group Berhad financial analysis. Based on the year of 2019, the IOI Property Group financial ratio actually consists of its current asset of 7,836,790 ringgit against a current liability of 2,701,032 ringgit, which causes the ratio to be at 2.9, which is 289.77%. At the same time, Sime Darby Property Group has a current financial ratio of its current asset of 4,601,708 ringgit and its current liability of 254,062 ringgit. This causes the ratio to be at 18.1, which is 1,811.25%. Therefore, Sime Darby Property Group Berhad current financial ratio is actually better than IOI Property Group. This is because Sime Darby Property Group has a better margin between its current asset, which is higher, and its current liability, which is lower, compared to IOI Properties Group margin. At the same time, IOI Property Group margin, debt to asset ratio, consisting of its total liability of 13,735,619 ringgit against a total asset of 32,719,202 ringgit. Therefore, its debt to asset ratio is actually 0.42, which is 41.95%. While at the same time, the debt to asset ratio of Sime Darby's Property Group Berhad has a total liability of 5,532,287 ringgit against a total asset of 15,482,293 ringgit. As so, Sime Darby Property Group Berhad debt to asset ratio is actually 0.36, which is 35.73%. Other than that, IOI Property Group Berhad's net profit margin has a net income of 660,430 ringgit, while having a net revenue of 2,197,514 ringgit, which produced a net profit margin of 0.3 or 30.05%. On the other hand, Sime Darby Property Group net profit margin has a net income of 590,881 ringgit, with a net revenue of 3,179,994 ringgit, which causes the net profit margin to be at 0.19 or 18.58%. Next, the return asset of IOI Property Group's Berhad consists of a net income of 660,430 ringgit, with a total asset of 32,719,202 ringgit, which results in a return of assets margin of 0.02 or 2.2%. While Sime Darby has a net income of 590,881 ringgit, with a total asset of 15,482,293 ringgit, which brings its return of asset margin to 0.4 or 3.82%. Lastly, IOI Property Group Berhad return of equity rate, which has its net income of 660,430 ringgit, and a total shareholder equity of 18,834,461 ringgit, which therefore the return of equity margin for IOI Property Group Berhad is actually 0.04 or 3.51%. Moving over, Sime Darby Property Group Berhad return of equity rate with a net income of 590,881 ringgit and a total shareholder equity of 9,731,710 ringgit, which produced a return of equity margin of 0.06 or 6.08%. Therefore, the financial analysis of the year 2019 for both IOI Property Group Berhad and Sime Darby Property Group Berhad, that's the end of it. Sime Darby Group's current ratio is actually much better than IOI Group because its current ratio is actually 18.1 or 1,811.25%, which compares to IOI's current ratio of 289.77%. This, as I said, this is because of its higher amount of current asset compared to its current liability, which then results in a larger margin. However, their debt to asset ratio of 35.73% is actually much lower than IOI's Property Group, 41.95%. This is the result of Sime Darby's total asset and liability has a larger margin compared to IOI Property Group. Next, IOI Property Group's net profit margin of 30.05% is much higher than Sime Darby's group of 18.58%. Other than that, Sime Darby return of asset is actually 3.82%, which against slightly lower IOI Group's margin of just 2.02%. Lastly, IOI Property Group return of equity totaling at 3.51% is actually much lower compared to Sime Darby's return of equity of totaling at 6.08%. That's all for my comparison. Next is conclusion.
Hello, good evening. My name is Ivan. I'm here to conduct the conclusion. IOI Properties Group Berhad have three main businesses that bring them profit. Three of the business, which is property development, property investment, and leisure and hospitality. In the year of 2017, the IOI Properties Group Berhad had already obtained 3.71 billion to 1.18 billion on the revenue by operating only property development. This is their largest income contributor. The second largest income contributor is property investment, as this division earned the income of 302.1 million and 126.5 million in revenue. The third income of IOI Properties Group Berhad is leisure and hospitality, which bring them the income of 161.1 million and 15.4 million in revenue. In the year of 2019, the current ratio of IOI Properties Group is 289.77%. The debt of asset ratio is 41.95%. Next, IOI Properties Group had a net profit margin of 30.05%, which is much higher than most of its competitors. Other than that, the return asset is 2.02% only. Last but not least, IOI Group's return of equity had a total of 3.51%. The overall performance of IOI Property Group Berhad in 2019 is good, but comparing to year 2018, the performance had a slightly drop. This is due to a lot of developers and real estate company want a piece of this. The other real estate company will decrease the price or provide more promotion to their client. This will cause more client to flow away to another company's hand. For the developer side, they will build more and more high-end residential and mixed development, but there's actually not much client left to buy. This will cause the phenomenon of high supply but low in demand. Thank you.
Now, I will talk about the accounting concept, about economy entity concept, historic cost principle, and fair value accounting. Economy entity concept is business transaction used to keep it separate from those of its owner. By doing this, there will be no mix of personal and business transaction in the company financial statement. Historic cost principle is an accounting guideline which states for all assets must be recorded at a cash value and with the date of where they was acquired. This principle also applies to equity and liabilities, which means that many assets that the company purchased should be recorded on the actual date of the purchase at the price, so it will be approved as a company actually pay for it. Now, last is a fair value accounting. It's now being used in current market value, such as a basic of recognizing the current asset and liability. Fair value is an estimate time for an asset liable to be sold or a liability is settled in an orderly transaction to a third party under the current market condition. Now that's for all of our speech. I'd like to thank everyone for looking at it. Thank you.